This is the year you move. This is the year you take that next step. Whether you're starting out, starting over, or starting something new, you need a local moving company that you can trust. We're Mankato Movers. We're your hometown moving resource, and we'll get you there. Call or email about our pre-move service today.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this edition of I.C.E. I.C.E. stands for Inspire, Collaborate, and Encourage, and it's our collaborative podcast that we produce weekly. Each podcast is typically hosted live, but we have the availability for you to replay it on our Facebook page, I.C.E. Facebook page, and our I.C.E. YouTube channel. If you will go to both, Facebook is Inspire, Collaborate, Encourage, and like us on Facebook. And our YouTube channel is Inspire, Collaborate, and then the ampersand sign, Encourage, and follow us there as well. Each week we interview a guest or guests that we felt have an interesting story to tell about our three keywords: inspire, collaborate, and encourage. In 2020, it's been quite the year. We found comfort and knowledge, both personally and professionally, from the podcasts of others. The podcasts we watched were from others in our industry and other business coach style individuals, and also from general people that just had a positive outlook on not only business, but life in general. We are excited to bring this to you each week at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursdays. We will also have the ability in many of the presentations for the viewers to ask questions of our guests. So please feel free to log into the comments, give us a shout out that you're here. We love to see who's watching live, and ask any questions that come up. Today we are having joining us is Tina McClain. She's a certified life coach, diet and wellness coach, and owns her own business named Inspire Health Wellness in Minnesota. Tanya and Tina will cover life, nutrition, and the balance of that with being female executives in their own business. Welcome, Tina.
Hi, thanks for having me.
No problem. It sounds like you have been extremely busy in juggling everything. So I appreciate you taking the time out to join us.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's get started. Tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do for a living.
Well, my name is Tina McClain, and I own Inspire Health and Wellness. I'm actually a mom also of two boys, and we have a 6-acre hobby farm. I have one boy that's 23 and in the military, and then another one that's 12 and that we're homeschooling. I'm also, like you said, I'm a diet and wellness coach, and then I also have a college degree in life coaching. So I do all of the above, I guess.
That is awesome. We kind of met through BNI channels, so I've gotten a chance to meet you a couple of times. And then during COVID on some of the Friday night virtual happy hours, that's when I was like, hey, you'd be a really great guest for our show. So thank you again.
Yeah, well, those nights were very much needed and appreciated.
I think that they're still going on. We won't be doing this Fridays because we have another one, but I think that they're still trying to do them on most Fridays.
Oh, nice. I would totally be in for that.
Yeah, so I'll try to get you the information because I don't have the login or anything, but they're fun, and it's a nice way to stay connected when you're so busy that you can't really leave your house.
Right, all of that.
Your days sound like they start very early for you at 7 a.m. Is that a result of your personal inspiration to keep your healthy lifestyle, or more the business side of things where you are collaborating with your clients before their day gets underway?
It's kind of all of the above. I'm an early morning girl, so typically I'm up by 4 a.m. I'm getting up, having my coffee and blinking my eyes and feeding the animals. And we've got dogs and cats and pigs and roosters and chickens, ducks. We got all of it out here.
Oh,
and so I'm trying to
awesome.
get all of them kind of fed before I take off. And then I also leave lists for anybody that's home so they can help me get everything. And I leave the house. We live 20 miles away from my office. So
okay.
By the time I drive in, and I like to be able to get things organized and set up. And then I do touch base with clients before the day starts. And we've got our protein smoothies now that I'm starting at 7 a.m. So sometimes I have a lot of those that come in right away in the morning as people are grabbing them between workout and work and all that. So
That's awesome. Where is your office located at?
530 North Riverfront Drive in Mankato.
Okay. That's,
So,
I didn't know that. So that's good for
yeah.
me to know too.
I have a certified commercial kitchen. So I have a license through the Department of Agriculture, and then I have a food safety license too. So.
Oh, awesome. That is
Yep.
fantastic. Do you meal prep plan daily? And is that a process for both you and the clients or just the clients?
For stuff that's in the office for our grab and bake at home meals, that typically I do on and off all week. I kind of do a little bit all week. Because I like to be able to plan according to the weather. Obviously, as the weather is changing, people like more comfort food. So I try to take healthy foods and incorporate them into comfort also, so we can try to keep some sort of balance. And then I do that a little bit every day, just because then it kind of is not one big, huge thing all at once.
Right.
That I'm able to kind of see what is fresh for the week. I only use fresh produce, vegetables, and meat in the office. So I try to plan accordingly to when that's delivered so that I can get the meals prepped and ready to go for my clients. And then as far as prepping for clients, I do that on a very regular basis, holidays, weekends, evenings, all of that. Whenever anybody messages me and they're trying to figure out what to eat because they're at a family function or they're at a restaurant, I try to help them pick through what would be the better ideas. All my clients always have my cell phone number, so I'm kind of on call 24 hours a day, although I do tell them I do sleep sometimes.
So while it's needed.
Right.
Well, that's awesome. I'm probably going to touch base with you on a few things because my diet just changed radically. And so sometimes I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
And I'm actually right now working on doing some redoing of some things at Inspire, working on getting some more stuff online. So people that don't live in the area have a better opportunity to order and still do my life coaching and online coaching via Zoom, and I send things to them in the email, and I touch base with them so that way they can still. I have a lot of friends and family outside of Minnesota that want to be on the program, either the diet and wellness one or do my life coaching plan. And so I'm working on a couple of tier phases where people will be able to have access to some of my recipes and stuff like that too. So
that's awesome, because I know a lot of people in one of my women's groups, Women in Garment Decoration, they're always looking for some like life coaching things and also food. So that might be, once you get that up and running, let me know, and I can definitely let people that I know about that too.
I will do that. It's in the beginning phases. I would say within the next 3 to 4 weeks, it will be out there on our website.
Perfect. So next question, you mentioned homeschooling for your son and your hobby farm of animals. Is it more difficult to meal plan for him and the animals or the clients?
Oh, well, my 12-year-old is sensory integration and attachment disorder. So meal planning for him is quite challenging. He likes the same things over and over, and same packaging and all of that. So things don't change very much, although I do sneak things in once in a while when I'm able to. It's more, I enjoy making sure that, me and my husband are meal prepped and things are planned, because my husband's a truck driver, so he's gone quite a bit. And so if I don't have things prepped and planned, there's nothing for either one of us to eat once we are home.
Sure. Yeah. And that's important for you guys to stay fueled too.
Yeah. And he actually makes his extra food on the grill or in the oven or crock pot and takes it with him out on the road. So he doesn't eat out a lot out on the road. So
that's awesome. That's just great. Who in your life has been a big inspiration, and what lessons did they teach you?
I have a couple of big ones. One is my dad. He is no longer with us. He's been gone 4 years now. He taught me about hard work and to always be there for people. And sometimes it's always the little things that you do or say or inspire to somebody that may make them stay around another day.
Right.
My mom, because she taught me to be a strong mama. And when you live out in the country and on a farm, and we did treatment foster care for 10 years, and we do still occasionally take in extra kids. We're kind of on a little break right now because the last ones were a little hard on us, but she taught me to be strong and brave and patient and take a lot of deep breaths and weed the garden and all of those fun things.
That's great. Those are all important lessons.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who or what are you most grateful for in life? And tell us about something they've done to encourage you in life and business.
I guess I'm most grateful for my family. My husband and my kids are my rock and which keeps me going, especially 2020. I don't know what I would do without my husband. As a small business owner, the struggle is really real.
Exactly.
And, as with all small businesses right now, we're working nonstop just to keep our doors open. And I think the biggest, thing I'm grateful for is that I have them to keep me going and to mom, it's going to be okay. And we're going to be fine. And we're going to stick together and make it work. So as far as like encouraging for myself, 10 years ago, I lost over 100 pounds, and I have kept it off for numerous reasons. One, for myself, my mental well-being. I am a lot happier than I was 100 pounds heavier. It has encouraged me to do things that I wouldn't normally do. Encouraged me to start a business from scratch in my basement office and get it to the point where I have a commercial kitchen in Mankato now. And I encouraged myself to, learn new things every day. I went back to school and got my life coaching degree, which was over a year-long course. And I do have my business and accounting degree also. So it kind of toppled on top of that. I have started a book, but we got 2020 going on here. So, and I was supposed to have started my master's degree in life coaching this year also, but 2020 has kind of just made me take a step back and appreciate kind of where I'm at right now and focus on some of the littler things that needed to be focused on, like myself and my family, and just day-to-day stuff of, cleaning your house and organizing things like the attic. I mean,
right. Yeah. 2020 has been a challenge for so many people I know, especially, small businesses and things like that. And I think you can either choose to move forward and try to find the positives, or you can just crawl up and give up. And that's this year I've been like, okay, it's what can I be grateful for today, even if it's just something really small, if the sky is falling like it was on Tuesday for us.
Right.
Like, okay, 2020 can be done.
Yeah. And I think that's, kind of the stance when all of this started in March is what, I decided for myself for this year is that I wanted to just make sure that I kept inspiring my clients to stay strong and stay positive and be okay. A lot of people, as we know, a lot of people are not okay. We're in a veterans association in Southern Minnesota, and my husband is actually on the board of directors for a veterans association too. And, if we're not busy with our jobs and our home and animals and kids, we're trying to help some of those people that are not doing okay. So our focus has been this year to just keep being inspiring to as many people as we can do, because that's what's going to count later on.
Exactly. And that's so appreciated. I mean, I didn't know that about you guys. And so thank you for doing that. Cause there's a ton of different demographics that definitely, I can't even imagine how they've dealt with COVID, if they don't have a home or homeless or things like that. It just, I can't even imagine those struggles.
My husband's a 82nd Airborne veteran for the military. He was in Kosovo and he was stationed in Kosovo for a while. So he has a lot of contacts. And so he, because of him being he's stable and all of that and fine. He's able to help other people that are not. So when people are not, they call him and he helps them get them either to a safe spot or helps talk them through things, or we kind of all gather together and bring food wherever or whatever we need to do to help. And I think that's what 2020 is kind of what we want to make sure when we look back at, no matter how much of a chaotic, crazy whirlwind it's been for everybody, there needs to be some light for people. And if anybody can show any light somewhere, we want to make sure we look back and see that it was a positive and a good thing for us. So we've used the extra time for family and home life and just sending out those little text messages to people that sometimes it just makes their day.
It does. I have goosebumps. Before we get to our speed round of questions, let us hear from a couple of our sponsors.
Gracie B. Doodle Design is a new up-and-coming online store and social media group for the decorated apparel design and sublimation sector. From digital papers to sublimation blanks and more, Gracie B. Doodle is a great resource for the crafters or the professional shops. Online at www.graciebdoodle.company.site. The Wow Zone Family Entertainment Center, located in Mankato, Minnesota, has 24 state-of-the-art bowling lanes, a 2-level laser tag arena, mini golf, video games, snack bar, sports bar, and a full restaurant. Bring a few or bring them all. The Wow Zone can fit them all. And then River Valley Dental, located in Mankato, Minnesota, provides its patients with the most current treatment using the latest dental technology. Dr. Tom Pooley, DDS, and his team at the River Valley Dental Office offer a variety of general dental care. You are never just another set of teeth to us. You are a face with a name and history, and it is our privilege to serve and guide you to your dental goals.
Welcome back. Here is one of our new parts of our interviews. Is the Mankato Mover Speed Round. The Blue Crew, whose motto is "We'll get you there." So here we go. You'll just get to pick one or the other. I'm going to give you two options. You can tell me which one you choose.
Okay.
First one, spinach or kale?
Spinach.
Me too. Raw carrots or cooked carrots?
Cooked.
Mixed vegetables or sweet corn?
Mixed vegetables.
Ugh, 3 yucks in a row.
Jay has a 3-color rule for his food. It's a whole nother story.
Yeah, that sounds like it would be.
Flavored coffee or flavored water?
Oh, both? I'm a creamer girl, my coffee.
Me too, and I'm having to make some adjustments there, and it's hard.
We can talk about that too.
Okay, awesome. Cauliflower mashed potatoes or garlic mashed potatoes?
Cauliflower mashed potatoes.
He's going to chime back in here and say yuck again. I tried tricking him one day and it didn't work. Pre-cooked or pre-frozen?
Pre-frozen.
Okay. Protein shakes or protein bars?
Protein shakes.
CrossFit or Tough Mudder?
Tough Mudder.
Okay. Great job. Now back to our other questions. In life, we become inspired by those who we interact with or even read about. What are some lessons you've learned in life that comes from that inspiration?
Oh, always be kind. You never know anybody else's story.
Exactly. I've thought about that a lot this year, because sometimes you can't tell if someone's struggling just from the outside. It's not like they have bandages on or whatever, and you don't know if you're going to say something that will just push them past their limit.
Right. And I think that especially in a time where things are sad and are hostile. I mean, honesty too is important. I think we need to remember that everybody has a story and there's a reason why people are not doing what they maybe are supposed to be doing. Right. So we have to be considerate of somebody because maybe they've been hurt so severely that they can't wear a mask.
Right. Exactly. And I hadn't thought about some of that until I was reading and listening to some other people. And I'm like, oh, I've never considered that. You think of, yeah, it's inconvenient, but there are some legitimate reasons why people wouldn't be able to. So, and I think some people are just really fast to jump on the fact of, you don't have a mask on.
Right. And I think it's really sad as somebody that life coaches some of those people that, they're very much struggling because they're essential workers and they've been out and about since March and working and caring for people and buying all the things and delivering and helping. And then all of a sudden, poof, you can't do anything and you can't go anywhere. And so they're struggling with that. And I can relate to that because that's me. So I haven't been in a store since July 4th weekend. And, it's hard because I'm a rule follower also. So I have those two things where putting on a mask for me is not only hard medically because I have some medical stuff, but I have some college trauma. And so putting on a mask is not something that I can do. But I'm a rule follower, so I can't go into the store because I can't follow the rules. So planning is very hard, and we just you take a lot of deep breaths and you just try to figure it out as best you can. And you don't, for somebody like myself, I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings either, or think that they think I don't care about them when it's very much far from that.
Right.
So it is, it's such a touchy subject for so many people, but I think it's so important. I advocated for many of my clients in the very beginning because their hearts are breaking, and it's a struggle.
Mm-hmm. And I think for people who, there's a lot of people that, bless them, they've not had some of the traumas or illnesses or whatever in their life, and they're very blessed to have led that charmed life, and I don't wish them any of those things, but I wish that they could be a little bit more open-minded at times,
because I think that there's a lot of times that the people that are in that category, they've worked through a lot in their life, and they've made a lot of progress in things and have been successful until something like the year 2020 hits us.
Right.
And so that can bring up a lot of things that are too tough. And it's everybody needs to have a little bit of grace right now and just try to smile instead.
Exactly.
So
some encouragement now from you to others. What are the proudest moments in business life and then in your personal life?
I would have to say in my business life, it's when a client will message me a success story, or they'll send me. It's not about the fact of the number on the scale. It's about the fact that I was able to do this without thinking about it. Do I weigh too much to get on this? Or I'm truly happy because I feel good inside and out now. Yeah. Those kind of little success stories are a lot of times makes me cry because I got such a tender heart. And when people send me things like that and are explaining, sometimes some of the weirdest, quirky things, when you've lost an extreme amount of weight, there are things that you can do that you couldn't do before. And sometimes those are very personal things, and sometimes those are very public things. But I always am very blessed and honored that they share those things with me, because it teaches me to remember to be humble, because I have always made sure that if I don't remain humble and kind, God will probably make me. So we have to remember those things. But those are always good. The other ones for business is when the kids send me pictures of them eating the vegetables and stuff, and they've never eaten them before, and all of a sudden they're eating these vegetables, and I get so excited that a lot of the kids love my carrot fries. So that's
Awesome.
a big one. So they're ranch seasoned, and so they just love them. And they'll send me pictures of them eating them and Snapchat them to me. And
Oh,
that's
that's great.
it makes my 13-hour days at the office some days very much more tolerable.
Sure. Totally understand that. Totally understand. When you were 18, did you imagine owning your own business? And how about being such a beacon for others to guide them in healthier living? Was that in the cards for you?
Yes and no. I guess I always knew at some point in my life I would own my own business. I didn't know what. At 18, I was set on a course I had a full ride scholarship for a engineering degree.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So yeah, I've gone all over. And I was going to be doing that in Illinois at DeVry University. And I have my oldest son who's 23. So that was my detour, a very much blessing detour.
Uh-huh.
And then I switched and went for my business and accounting degree because that was a little bit more manageable with being pregnant and working a few jobs and all of the above.
Sure.
I guess I'm very appreciative for my hard work and grit because, at one time I remember being 6 months pregnant and I'm working 3 jobs and living in income-based housing. And I thought, am I ever going to make that, be able to finally be okay and not be okay.
Right.
And so the fact that I have so much determination in me is I always just say I guess I'm blessed that I can do how far I've gone. So
yeah, that's awesome. It's amazing how we start out with one goal and things just kind of detour in the right direction, even though we may not know if it's the right direction at the time.
Right, because then I got married and did daycare and was a stay-at-home mom and treatment foster care, and then totally switched degrees and changes in life, and so
that's awesome. How would you like others to remember you?
I want people to remember me by being inspiring. I want people to remember and think, I remember when she messaged me and she had no idea that I was having a tough day. And she messaged me and she didn't even know, but she just took extra 15 seconds to send a message that said, have a great day. I want people to remember me, that I was inspiring to them, because that is what I like to do. I like to make sure that people are happy and doing the best that they can for their life and learning how to work towards goals that they want.
That's awesome. And I love the fact that Inspire is in your business name too, and that it's in this podcast, because when this idea came to me, it was after Jay's heart attack, and I'm like, I have to figure out a way of making it through this year, and I want to inspire others. And so that's where that kind of all came from, a culmination of, I want to inspire others to be okay, to bring messages of hope, and if they can get some avenue of, oh, hey, I'm going to contact that person because they might be able to help me with XYZ.
Right. It's like that, paying it forward. Sometimes it's just those little things that are important, not only for the one that's giving, but for the one that's receiving. It's a two-way street, and it's important to remember that. So people as businesses and owners can, in every day, whatever you're doing, can stay inspired to keep going, because it is a tough world out there right now, and it's can be very scary for a lot of people. And if you can help somebody, it's the best thing that you can do.
Totally agree. What words of wisdom do you want your son to share with others that he learned from mom?
Well, my oldest, who's 23 and in the military, will tell you that he learned his hard work ethic from me. Although I don't ever remember him mowing the lawn or helping shovel the long driveway. So when he messages me and tells me he's working like 70, 80, 90 hours a week, I'm like, Well, I'm really glad that you learned your hard work ethic from me, so I should be thankful. I hope my youngest remembers me for being kind because,
Awesome.
my youngest is adopted. We got him at 18 months, and he's been my little inspiring baby. So he was 10 years in the making, is what he was. And
Aw.
when we got him, he needed lots of love and lots of inspiration. And at 18 months, he was attached to me. He never got to leave. I put him on me and I buckled him in. And
Aw.
said, this is where you get to stay so you can learn what a mama's supposed to do. You're not supposed to get your own food at 18 months. Your mama's supposed to do those things. So I want him to remember that, what's inside your heart is the most important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Aw. He's a lucky boy. What branch of the military is your oldest in?
Army National Guard.
Okay.
In fact, we're a 3-star family.
Okay.
So we have 3 children in the military. My 2 stepchildren are in the military, and then my son is in the military.
Nice. Our oldest was full-time Air Force. Sorry, I was totally blank. And now he's out, but he's in the Air Guard. So
good for him.
Yeah.
They're all important and they're all needed.
Absolutely. Lastly, what does the future hold for Tina, and how about for Inspire Health and Wellness?
Oh, well, we need to get through this year. And then we'll reevaluate the situation. I have a dream board for Inspire, and eventually it will be her own building, and it will be a health and wellness center. So I'm hoping to, at some point in Inspire's health and wellness life, I want to be able to have a certified therapist and a workout area and all. I have a full dream board. So I just slowly add to it as the times change and as things maneuver around this world. So we'll keep seeing what happens.
Awesome. Well, Tina, on behalf of myself, Jay, and the viewers, thank you very much for joining us today and talking to us about your business and your story. You can find Tina online at www.inspirehealthcoach.us and also on Facebook. Thanks again, Tina, for your story.
Thank you for having me.
Next week on the show, we will have Jen Kaler joining us. Jen is an avid runner and CrossFit junkie. Her passion, though, shines through her commitment to her family, community, and faith. If there was ever a person who collaborates with and encourages others, Jen is one of their poster children. Join us for some family, faith, and fitness next week.
We would like to thank our sponsors for today's episode. Are you looking to travel either domestically or internationally? Call Jana Hughes at Travelooza to book your next vacation. From weekends to resorts or cruises, Jana and her team are ready and waiting to get you back on your feet, headed for the sun and sand. Call 1-888-689-0660. The Visual Identity Vault, located in the heart of historic downtown Fairmont. TVIV is a full-service decorated apparel provider with screen printing, embroidery, sublimation, and more. Also offered are signs, banners, design services, paper-printed products, promotional items, and custom gifts. With 4,000 plus feet of retail space, there's great deals for everyone, young to old. TVIV also offers a variety of different fundraising opportunities for your groups needing to earn extra cash for that special trip. Contact TVIV today at sales@tvivmn.com or online at www.tvivmn.com. Gemini Studios is the leading video production company in southern Minnesota. Based out of downtown Fairmont, Gemini Studios offers many services such as VHS to DVD transfers, picture scanning to CDs, advertising, commercials, voiceover recording, educational and informational videos, and live streaming of special and school events. If interested in any of their services, please contact them at 507-235-5600. 5190.
Thanks again for joining us today, and make sure you like us on Facebook and on YouTube.